I just recently had a birthday and I'm now 26 years old. And we're also a month into the year 2026. If you're not too familiar with my channel, let's just say I almost have 200 subscribers, so clearly still have a lot of room to grow. And this has been going on for about 5 years. My question is, being 26, am I washed? Am I too old for YouTube? Because even though 26 is not too old, on the internet, that's ancient. So now I'm panicking thinking it's too late for my YouTube career. Or is it? That's why I'm going to read this article called 19 Celebs Who Became Famous at an Old Age. Now, I know I'm talking about YouTube and this is age for Hollywood. We'll just pretend Hollywood and YouTube are the same thing, right? I mean, I'm sure if I become a famous actor, it's a lot easier for me to go back to YouTube than YouTube to Hollywood. So let's read through the article. Number 1, Pedro Pascal, also known as my twin. Let's see, he's a hot commodity right now at 50 years old, but he nearly quit acting multiple times throughout his 20s and 30s, and it wasn't until he landed his role of Oberyn Martell on Game of Thrones when he was in his late 30s. That's when his career really started to take off. I've not seen Game of Thrones. In fact, this is the first time that I've heard that he was in it. I'm going to keep it real with you guys, but he's kind of popping off right now. He did the Last of Us show, which is great. Pretty sure he's the Mandalorian, which I've not seen anything past season 1. But season 1 was fantastic. And I think he played the drug guy in Narcos. I forgot his name. Number 2, Leslie Jones. Oh, she's funny as fuck. It took me a second to realize who she was. She is in the Girls Ghostbusters. She's the probably the only funny character in this movie. But she is famous, and she got famous at the age of 47. I'm 26. I got 21 years till then. Next, Morgan Freeman. Okay, I think I've heard this one before, that he got famous pretty late. Morgan Freeman didn't get big till age of 50 in the movie Street Smart, which is actually kind of crazy because he's old now. And I think about the movies that, like, some of the early movies I know that he's in, ones obviously I wasn't alive for, but like Shawshank Redemption, I didn't realize he was already fucking 50 when that came out. Holy shit, he was 56 when he filmed that movie? That's crazy, and that's like one of my favorite movies of all time. So yeah, Morgan Freeman, man. But to be fair though, my voice is great. It's no Morgan Freeman, so that one's kind of a worse example because let's be honest here, he was bound to get famous with that beautiful, beautiful voice.
I can smell it.
Next, Jane Lynch. Really? She didn't get big until Sue Sylvester in Glee at age of 49. To be honest, I didn't know that was her first role, but I do think she's pretty funny. She's in Arrested Development, which is one of my favorite TV shows personally. Age 49. These people are all way fucking older than me. When I thought, oh, people got famous late in life, I was looking for like 28, 30. These people are all in their 40s and early 50s. So this actually is a great feeling. I'm only 26. I got plenty of time to get famous, guy. In fact, I probably will quit YouTube for a little while and then worry about it in my mid-30s. Next, Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson's roles were mostly small for the first part of his acting career, and his profile didn't increase until he was in his 40s, while he appeared in Jungle Fever, Jurassic Park, and True Romance. It wasn't until he starred in Pulp Fiction at age 45 that he became a household name. I've never seen Jungle Fever, but I didn't realize Jurassic Park was one of his first big roles. He has one of my favorite lines in that movie, actually, which is hilarious because it's such a throwaway line.
Hold on to your butts.
I will say he also plays an important part in Jurassic Park, being one of the only black guys and actually being the first guy to die. So shout out to Samuel L. Jackson. He didn't get famous till his 40s. Again, much older than I am right now. Much older. Next, Alan Rickman. Mr. Harry Potter. See, another guy with the iconic voice. So he was, again, bound to get famous with a voice like that. Didn't get famous until he was 42 from his role in Die Hard. Oh, look at that. And he didn't decide to pursue acting professionally until he was in his mid-20s. I'm in my mid-20s. 26 is mid-20s, not late 20s. I don't care what anyone says. So maybe I should start acting. Ken Jeong. I'm pretty sure that guy was a doctor first. Yes, Ken Jeong actually worked as a doctor for years. doing bit parts and comedy on the side when he scored the role of an on-screen doctor in Knocked Up. That's crazy. I didn't know Knocked Up was one of his first movies. Knocked Up's a great movie. And he's pretty funny, honestly. I know that's like the famous thing about him. Everyone's like, oh, he was a doctor. He was actually a doctor. But like, imagine going through like 7-8 years of like schooling to be a doctor or however long it is to get your PhD. And then just being like, fuck it, I'm going to go act. Like, that's ridiculous. And I don't know if this is true, but I've heard from some nurses that a lot of doctors are assholes. And I mean, I guess I don't know the guy personally, but he seems kind of lighthearted and funny from his comedies. Late 30s. That's closer to my age. Not quite 20s, though. Viola Davis. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really know who this is. Next, Steve Carell. Everybody loves Steve Carell. Because, you know, won The Office, plus he's in every classic Will Ferrell movie ever. Let's see. He was mainly on late night TV for years, but he hit the big time and became famous in his 40s when he starred in Anchorman, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, and of course, The Office. That's kind of funny that he didn't get famous until his 40s, and one of his biggest movies is The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Does that mean that for The 40-Year-Old Virgin, they were looking to cast somebody who had not been famous until they were 40? Because that's kind of funny. Or did they just pick him because he looks like a dweeb, low-key? Harrison Ford. Okay, this one's actually surprising. I didn't know this one. I actually love Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford was famously working as a carpenter to support himself through his early acting career, right up until he landed his big break as Han Solo in Star Wars at the age of 35. 35? I know I've been making jokes about these people are way older than me. 35 still, I feel like, not that old. Especially like nowadays, a lot of people fuck around their entire 20s and they're like, oh shit, I'm 29. I gotta lock the fuck in. And then that's when they actually start working hard. So if I fucked around my entire 20s, which I fucked around for a couple of the years, I feel like 35 would have been achievable. Because let's say I turned 30, now I got 5 years to become an actor. Imagine going from a nobody to Han Solo in 5 years. To be fair, though, he did get lucky because nobody expected Star Wars to be that big. But shout out to Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones. Next, Kathy Bates. While she had a successful career and had several on-screen roles, it was her breakout role in the movie Misery when she was 42 that really brought her widespread fame. Kathy Bates. What else is she in? Because I think I only know her in Misery. Oh, yeah, she was in Titanic. She's pretty big in that. American Horror Story. My girlfriend loves that show. I've only seen a couple episodes of it. That show's love, so I'm assuming she's great in that. Oh, yeah, then she's in Waterboy. Okay, shout out Kathy Bates, actually. She's been in some pretty good films. And she's 77 now? Holy shit. That's crazy. And she didn't get big till she was 42. That's only 30 years of fame. 35 years of fame. That's not a lot. That's why That's why maybe I should get famous sooner so I have more time of fame. Think about it. Next, John Mahoney. Worked as a teacher and then the editor of a medical journal before he decided to seriously pursue acting in his late 30s. He found success on stage before scoring some small but memorable TV and movie roles and then achieving widespread recognition as Martin Crane in Frasier. I'm familiar with what Frasier is. I'm pretty sure it's a spinoff of Cheers. I think. But I have not really watched either show all that much. I just know Woody Harrelson's in Cheers, and so is Ted Danson. Ted Danson, man. Bryan Cranston, one of my favorite actors of all time. Because how are you going to go from doing Malcolm in the Middle, the greatest sitcom of all time, to Breaking Bad, one of the greatest just shows in general? Bryan Cranston steadily built up his acting career over the years, taking on plenty of small roles before landing the leading role of Hal on Malcolm in the Middle when he was in his mid-40s, which really put him on the Hollywood map. Now, I actually don't think this one is a very good example because Bryan Cranston was in a lot of like sitcoms. Yes, doing small roles and not being the main star, but like it wasn't like he wasn't getting roles. Like the dude was on Seinfeld, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I take that back actually. 38's pretty old. He was in 38 till he started getting famous. Good for him. He's a dentist. He's a dad, drug dealer, the whole 9 yards. Ty Burrell. I believe this is a guy from Modern Family. Yes, Modern Family. He became one of the standout characters. He was in his early 40s at the time. I've seen clips of Modern Family. Very funny show. Never actually really watched it myself. The clips I do see with this guy, funny. So shout out to him. Early 40s. Next, Octavia Spencer. She is, yes, the lady from The Help. Okay. She's a pretty good actor. Never seen The Help, but here's a great movie, and I think I've seen her in a couple other things. Next, Martha Stewart. Snoop Dogg's best friend. I'm not sure if that's why she's famous or anything like that, but shout out to her. She's old as fuck, and she's always been old the entire time I've known her. 41. John Hamm. In his mid-30s. Isn't John Hamm like a crazy person in real life? Court and school records reveal Hamm's involvement in a brutal initiation ritual as a Sigma Nu fraternity member. The victim, Mark Allen Sanders, claimed he was severely beaten, dragged with a hammer, and had his pants lit on fire. He alleged that Hamm participated till the very end. Shout out John Hamm, though. Dude's pretty famous. And he got famous in his mid-30s. Probably because he was too busy realizing that he peaked in college. Next, Tim Allen. The dad effect strikes again. Tim Allen had been working primarily in stand-up comedy when he was cast in the lead role in the family sitcom Home Improvement. Oh! He was in his late 30s. Okay. Bay Arthur achieved a lot of success on stage, but it was her breakthrough role at the age of 49 playing Maude Finlay in All the Family and its spinoff centered on her called Maude. That really made her famous. I've seen this lady before. I don't really know who she is. I'm going to keep it real with you. Oh, that's where I know her from. The Golden Girls. Okay, shout out the Golden Girls. I actually don't know who this is. That's the end of the article. But I'm not satisfied. All these people were either in their late 30s or mid 40s and some even in their 50s, which gives hope for my old ass parents to be famous. But for somebody like me, not really. So let's go ahead and look up YouTubers who were famous later in life. Oh, here's a Reddit article on it. Question: YouTubers got famous late in life / channels that took a really long time to get a lot of subscribers. I'm intending this way as an encourage users to not give up. That sometimes it takes a while for a channel to take off or find its audience. Like my channel. Subscribe and like and comment down below if you want me to get famous. I'm not sure of any, but I've been doing YouTube for 8 years and now I'm at the age of 18. I've dropped out of college to pursue this full time, hoping something comes out of it. I've kept motivated and dedicated and trying my hardest. Channel for reference. Damn, that was 9 years ago. This dude is 27 now. Whoa, what the fuck? Wow, and he still uploads. Huh. This guy's been vlogging for 12 years and he's still not famous. Okay, well, 12 years and he's still not famous and he's 27 now. I'm about to be 27 in a year. Huh. Even though 26 is not too old. And he's still not. A month into the year 2020. Still not. I almost have 200 subscribers. Still not. Am I washed? Still not. Am I too old for YouTube? Washed? Too old. Too old. Still not. Too old. Too old. Thanks for watching.